welcome once again. And today in this session we are discussing about time and work. This is a very important for your examination purpose, and please be patient and watch the video till the end, okay? And it will be definitely helpful for your examination or solving your problem about time and work. This is time and work related problem. The problems related or relating to time and work may be solved by the applications of ratio and proportions, by the applications of ratio and proportion. Okay, keep in your mind. Okay, or by the principles of unitary method, or by the help of principle of unitary method. Principles of unitary method. Okay, now I'm clearing this page. Okay, now the elements concerned with this problem are: the number one, you have to remember the span of time. Number two, that is the amount of time. And number three, that is the agents. Please note down in your notebook this notes. Number of, sorry, I'm clearing this. Number of person performing. This is actually lifetime video, so I have to write down in a manual performing the work. Okay, these 3 points you have to keep in your mind when solving the problem of time and work relating math. So let's discuss another part of relationship among different elements. Okay, so now our point is relationship among the different elements. That is number one, that is I have to change this color and it should be visible. The time required, okay, the time required to do a piece of work increase increases as a conditions amount of work increase and number B, the number of person decrease. And that is a very important part when you solving your problem relating to this time and work. Okay, work increases and persons decreases. Okay, now come to the next point, that is time. That is, I need to change this color. Time required to do a piece of work, do piece of work. Okay, here it is increases, and in this point we are discussing about decreases. As so, number one, that is the amount of work, decreases. Okay, now the number B, the number of persons increases. See this relationship and this relationship, and this one and this one. So clearly you can understand this type of things, and always remember in your mind. So time required to do a piece of work increases as number one, that is denoting here A, the note number one, the amount of work increases. Number B, the number of person decreases. Okay, now number two, time required to do a piece of work decreases when a piece of work decreases, and when a piece of work increases. Okay, now I think that is clearly understandable. Now I am clearing this page. Okay, now come to the another point, that is the amount of work increases. The amount of work increases. Okay, as then that is the conditions, and note number one, the time increases, and number B, the number of persons time, the time increases, the number of persons increases. Okay, now clearly understandable. See this one, and this one. Okay, the amount, I'm repeat again, the amount of work increase, this as the time increases. Number B, the number of persons increases. Okay, here the all conditions increases. Now come to the next point, and that is very important, All the points are important when you are solving in time and work problem. So keep in mind the amount of work decreases, the conditions decreases as decreases as number A, the time decreases, okay. Now the number B, the number of person decreases, okay. Now clarify this one. Time decreases, persons decreases, the amount of work decreases. Here the conditions, okay. The amount of work decreases, the time decreases, and persons also, the number of persons also decreases, okay. Now I'm clearing this page, okay. Now come to the point. This point telling us when again required number of persons increases, as, okay. Number A, the time decreases, and number B, the amount of work increases, okay. Now clearly get the point and repeat again and again. Required number of persons increases as, and point number 1, the time decreases. Point number B, the amount of work increases. The time decreases, the amount of work increases, okay. That's the main thing you have to remember. Again, required number of persons increases as. Now come to the next point, and that is important one also. Required number of persons decreases as number A, the time increase, and P, the amount of work decrease, okay. When we solving these problems about time and work, these points which I have told now, this is very important and helpful for us. Hence the time required is directly proportional to the amount of work, and the time required is inversely proportional to the number of persons performing the work. Again, the number of persons is directly proportional to the amount of work. Okay, now I'm clearing this page. Please write down these notes. It will helpful for us for the next problem which we're going to solve. So I'm clearing this page. I think you get this one. Now come to the main point, that is solving a problem. 45 men, that is the question, is take 24 days to dig a pond. Okay, then questions how many. That's a very easy one, and gradually we are going to solve the more harder problem. Should be employed to dig the pond. In 18 days. Okay, in 18 days, that is number of men that is 45. Okay, and number of days, that is 24. And now our question is how many more men should be employed to dig the pond in 18 days. So here we don't know the number of men, so let's assume the x number of men we need to dig the pond in 18 days. So now the number of men should be increased. Okay, that's, remember, should be increased as the number of days is decreased. So it is that is very important, inversely proportional. Inversely proportional. Inversely proportional. That is the important. Inversely proportional. Okay, now create equation to solve this problem. So 45, that is ratio x equal to 18 is to 24, or 18x, that is 18x is equal to 45 into 12, that is x is equal to 45 into 24, that is 18, and cut this one, and your answer is not here. you have to keep in mind that is employed to dig the pond in 18 days. So here a 60 men would be required to dig the pond in 18 days. So your answer is C. Let me write down here. That should be dig the pond in 18 days. So hence 60 minus 45. 60 minus 45, that is 15 more men should be employed. Okay, that's solving your problem. And please understand this one. It is very important. Inversely proportional. When it is inversely proportional, and there is a conditions. We have already discussed this about what is when we deal with these conditions. Now come to the another point, and please see this and write down in your notebook. That will be very helpful for you. So come to the another example. It will be helpful also. In this sessions I am discussing in a long-term method or descriptive method. That is why you understand first, then thereafter in our next video we'll discuss about how to solve this kind of problem in a short method. Okay, now I'm clearing this page. So here we have a problem. If six men or 9 boys, 6 men and 9 boys can make an house, in 8 days. Okay, 8 days. In how many days will 8 men and 6 boys make the same house? Okay, please understand the problem. First read it carefully. If the work which you get in your question, work of 6 men, work of 9 boys. Okay, clearly you can see if the 6 men and 9 boys can make one house, in 8 days. How many days? In 8 days. 6 men, 9 boys can make a house in 8 days. In how many days will 8 men and 6 boys make the same house? Okay, that is the questions. Now solve this one. Okay, 1 man. Okay, now 9 by 6. Okay, 8 men, that is solve this work, that is 9 into 8 by 6, that is 12 boys. 12 boys, that is 1 work of 8 men and 6 boys, work of 12 plus 6 is equal to 18 boys. Now the sum, some may be posed as follows. Okay, the number of boys, that is 9, the number of days, that is 8, and the number of boys, that is 18, and we don't know the number of days, let's assume x. As the number of days inversely proportional, as the number of days inversely proportional to the number of boys, Okay, now please watch this problem carefully, and now I'm going to make equations and with the help of ratio, and here a little bit of space remain here. I'm using this space. 9 is to 18 and x is to 8, that is this one and that is this one. Okay, now that is 18x, is equal to 9 into 8, that is x is equal to 9 into 8 by 18, that is 4. Okay, now that is the required, that is your answer, and I'm write down this answer. Required number of days, that is 4. That is your answer. Okay, so this video going to be long one, and our next sessions will definitely discussing and continue about how to solve this kind of problem about time and work. So keep watching. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye. And if you really think this video is helpful, please give me a thumbs up. That will be really inspirational for us. Thank you.